Ah, what a title. Faster, Pussycat, kill, kill. Doesn't that just hit all the sweet spots? I mean, we get cars, babes, violence. I love how this one Letterboxd reviewer states that this is the movie promised in all of those exploitation trailers from the era. I mean, he's not wrong, but let's back up a little bit. So, today's movie, Faster Pussycat, Kill, Kill, is arguably the most popular movie from exploitation legend Russ Meyer. And if there was one thing that Russ Meyer loved, it's two things, and they're big boobs. And I'm fairly confident he isn't the only man ever to do so, but I feel like he is unparalleled in the amount of big boobs he put in his movies. And now you might be skeptical, like, sure, where do I see these movies? I mean, so what? Well, I'll tell you, because Russ Meyer, he was kind of an innovator. See, in 1959, he pioneered the nudie cutie subgenre with the release of The Immoral Mr. Tease, essentially the first commercially successful porn flick. Prior to this movie, nudity was almost exclusively shown in these nudist camp movies. So, kind of an important title, even though the movie itself is really boring. Then, a few years later, he pioneered another subgenre, the roughie, basically movies that combine sex and violence, with Lorna, which is considered to be one of the first sexploitation movies. And that's actually a pretty cool movie. So, long story short, all of this would eventually amount to the release of Faster Pussycat, Kill, Kill. I guess I just wanted to give a little context as to, you know, who we're dealing with here today. So yeah, let's take a look.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to violence.
Ah, what a way to start your movie. We follow this trio of badass babes, go-go dancers who spend their free time racing and shit, getting into trouble. They just love to drive, or pretending to drive? I love how unconvincing these shots are. And you have this constant passive aggressiveness going on between the girls.
You tie her up and gag her again, you understand? All right already, I'm hip.
And it's not even that passive. They're actually pretty unlikable, something you'll often see in a Russ Meyer movie, but their badassness pretty much makes up for that. And then the movie just sorta happens to them. They meet this couple, they challenge the guy to a race, and before you know it, they have the girl kidnapped in their back trunk on their way to a farm to steal a buckload of money from this old crippled man. Yeah, they really love getting into trouble. And by the way, did you see the girls? Pretty, with big boobs, right? Ah, classic Meyer trademark. One thing I always found peculiar, though, is that despite this being Russ Meyer's most popular movie, arguably, well, though it probably is, it completely lacks in the skin department. Really, these shots here, where the girls are freshening up, it's the closest you'll get to some nudity. The thing is though, contrary to many other Russ Meyer titles, this movie doesn't need any, because it actually delivers on many other fronts. For starters, I absolutely love the pulpy dialogue, especially combined with the theatrical overacting. Almost everything that comes out of Tura Satana's character is just a delight.
Are you trying to say something?
I never try anything. I just do it.
Nice.
Look, I don't know what the hell your point is, but I don't...
The point is of no return, and you've reached it.
Got him. Yeah, she's the queen of delivering one-liners. It's good fun. It's also mischievous, you know, with a lot of sexual innuendos.
Nice set of wheels.
Would you like to look under my hood?
Get it? Another show stealer, to me at least, definitely, is the soundtrack. From the garage rock theme song by the Boss Weeds.
Wild living fast, and if you want to end up giving your all, let me call.
To the smooth, jazzy groove that immediately follows. It just oozes coolness. Then there's the cinematography. Russ Meyer, he usually shot his movies himself, as well as doing the writing, editing, and producing. And even though he isn't credited as a director of photography here on Faster Pussycat, it still has that signature Meyer look. He definitely has an eye for composition, something you might not expect from these cheap, lowbrow sexploitation flicks. But it really works, especially here in combination with the California desert location. But finally, it's just a bunch of fun. It's campy, over the top, hot babes, buff guys. It's not meant to be taken all that seriously. Just have fun with it. The violence and action set pieces, if you will, they aren't all that hard-hitting or even super well directed, but they're fun. Plus, any movie with this amount of karate chops has gotta get at least a little bit of credit. And sure, some parts are a little sluggish with too much dialogue that isn't all that interesting, but you'll make it through and then hacha! You're entertained again. And honestly, I can't really add that much to all that. Seriously, a movie called Faster Pussycat Kill Kill, it should have piqued your interest to begin with, but even if you still need it a little more convincing, I hope I did a decent job. Personally, I love the movie, and I just rewatch it every now and then. It's just always a good time. The rest of Russ Meyer's filmography, for me personally, it's kind of hit or miss, but generally speaking, I consider myself a fan of the man's work. So, after a lot of hesitation, and it was probably actually working on this video that pushed me over, I finally bought myself a used copy of the long out-of-print original 2006 box set from Arrow Films. Sure, it's only DVD, but due to the frustrating lack of Russ Meyer movies in high definition, which might actually never change, this should do just fine. Anyway, check out the movie, it's awesome. That's it. Cheers guys, have a nice day.